What's up, friends? Today we're here again on the Veymax Monster Mini Neo, and today we're doing a range test. I've been doing a couple more of these lately and sort of publishing them because I feel like I'm able to provide some useful information on how the board responds to getting the low battery and stuff like that. So leave a like on this video or a comment and let me know what you think of the range test videos. If they're useful, I'll definitely keep doing them. If you guys think they're maybe not super useful, then maybe I'll consider doing less of them. But for right now, they're easy to make, and I like getting you guys the extra information. In this board, if you haven't caught the first ride video, make sure you go and check that out. We have a 14S2P of EVE 50E cells. Now, these are not going to sound like something familiar to most of you because I don't think there's any other board on the market that has them. Maybe there is. There's a lot of boards nowadays, but they're not a super common cell to use. However, I think in this particular configuration, they could be a really great option and bring us a great balance of range and top speed. So hopefully they'll do pretty well today. And to be honest, I'm expecting somewhere around 18 miles if I had to guess. Reason being, the Flex 2 Pro was a 12S2P of Samsung 50S. And I believe it got 17.5 miles, if I'm remembering that right. And I think that this capacity will end up coming out to about the same. The Flex 2 Pro has a much more powerful ESC, but it was on 12S. So I wouldn't be surprised if this goes as far or outpaces what we got on the Flex 2 Pro. So this is probably going to be a long ride. I'm only going to share a couple snippets of it with you guys, but it should be interesting. One thing I'm looking to see is how this boosted mini style deck fares with my feet. Because I found with boards like this where my foot hangs off a little bit, my feet and legs end up getting really sore. I just don't find them as comfortable as decks that support the entire foot width. And I don't really have super big feet. 10.5 is pretty average. So it'll be interesting to see how it does. To help redeem that sort of stiff deck though, we do have the 105mm wheels with the voids in the back, aka the boosted 105s or the mad 105s. So they do a lot to help reduce the impacts on my feet, but with a short deck like this, the reality is you're still going to see quite a lot of impacts on your feet. So there's just nothing to flex. So we'll see how it goes. I think I'll check in with you guys after one lap. We'll see where the battery's at. Right now I'm still on full and we're at 1.8 miles. So we'll see how it goes. As you can probably tell, it's getting pretty dark out, so I'm gonna have to finish this tomorrow, but we had 0.1 miles and we were down 1 bar. So by approximate math, that's putting us well into the 30-mile range for this board. Obviously the last bars tend to drop quicker, but it's not bad. 1 bar after a full lap and a bit. My legs are gonna be screaming. I thought, though, that it would be worse, but the experience on this board so far, at least like pain-wise, has been better than on the other short board that I recently did a range test on. So, I don't know, they're doing something right. Maybe it's just the wheels. Maybe they're a little bit softer than the wheels that were on that other board. and that's giving us a little bit more comfort. Who knows? I'll update you guys at the end of next lap. All right, well, it is very dark now. I don't recommend riding a shortboard in the dark in the bike lane, but here we are. I just wanted to give you a range update. We are currently at 10.8 miles. Remember when I said that the lower bars drop faster? Well, at the end of the first lap, we were at 8.1 miles, right? We dropped another bar at about 10 miles. So bar number 1 was 8.1, bar number 2 was like 2. So we'll see how quickly it drops from here, but 10.8 miles is already not terrible for a board of this weight and size, but we'll keep on going and see how it goes, but I think these other bars are gonna fall pretty quickly. All right, so a little range update. We have finished the second loop and a bit, and we're currently at the very end of 13 miles, or the very end of, the very end of 13 miles. So about 14 miles. I just lost the third bar. So we have 2 bars left and we've gone 13 miles. So not really too bad. It's 13, almost 14 miles. We've really made pretty good progress for a shortboard. And like I was saying at the beginning, it kind of feels like these cells might have been overlooked, or maybe they're brand new. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with the EVE cell releases too much, but so far so good. My legs are doing all right. Obviously, you will have seen there was a rest in between, but I think my fatigue from last night is still in my legs a bit. And honestly, I'm surprised it wasn't worse, because I thought that this deck was going to really kill my legs, but the wheels help a lot, and I think the slightly wider deck compared to the other board helps a lot too. And actually, we just dropped another bar. I just got the 25% warning. It still says 2 bars though. So we'll see, maybe I can make it another couple miles. As luck would have it, I'm probably going to have this board die on the hill at the furthest point away from my start and have to ride my backup board all the way to the start. But we'll see. I'll catch up with you guys once we hit maybe the 10% warning mark. So remember I said we had hit the 25% mark. Well, it has hit that a couple times. I think what we're seeing is we're right on the edge of it, and as it sags down into it, it triggers the warning. So we're still at a solid 2 bars. So I think we've still got a decent ways to go, a couple miles for sure. Also, we're still going 25 miles an hour right now on that 2, well, apparently now it's 1 bar. We're still going 25, so not bad. We're hitting a little bit of a hill right now, and we're dropping down. This is maxed out throttle at 22. So it's dropping decently fast, but we'll probably make it at least to the hill. We'll see. And there's the 10% warning. It seems like this last bit drops pretty fast. See how far 10% can take us. We're currently at 17 miles right now. So I'm a little bit impressed, but it's also very close to the original estimate that I had hoped for. So we're doing good. Maxed out throttle right now, going 21 on less than 10% battery. You gotta respect it a little bit. You're holding on for dear life. Somehow, we made it to the top of Rolling Resistance Hill, and now we're going to be going down it. I am fairly certain that we're going to get about 20 feet up the other side and slow to a crawl. So we'll see what happens. but I'm not very optimistic for making it much further. We have been at 1 bar for a while. The 10% warning has come up a couple times, and we're still at 1 bar. And on flat, we were maxing at about 19. I did get up to about 23 on a slight incline, but we'll see what happens. All right, we're gonna be full throttling it out of this bridge. That's full throttle there. On the flat, we're going 21. Let's see how far up the hill we get. If we make it up this hill, I'm gonna be shocked. 18, 17. Feels a lot slower than 15 miles an hour, but 14, 13. Remember, we have to get all the way down to 3 for it to be a finish. We're still at 10. Oh my gosh, if it makes up this hill. 9. Still 9. Ugh, I'm gonna have to go across an intersection like this. Oh boy. Still 9. It's like, this is all the current I can give you at this battery voltage. Still 9. If we make it to the top of this hill, I bet that we're gonna make it a little bit further on the flat. Because obviously, pulling 200 pounds up a hill is gonna take a lot more energy than on the flat, especially on something that rolls. Restarting on the hill is impossible at this battery voltage. We're going 5. Amazing. Oh, why'd there have to be a red light there? That's so annoying. 6. 6. If this does stop, I'm probably gonna do the same thing that I did for the V3 Max and help it to the top of the hill, and then we'll just see how far it goes for fun. I think I'm gonna get, no, I don't want to restart again. We're still going 6 miles an hour. We're so close. This is almost the same spot the V3 Max was dying, except at much less mileage. We're still going, and the hill's about to start shallowing out. Oh, we dropped a mile an hour, 5 now. This is still faster than walking though, and less effort. All right, we're speeding up again, 6, 7. 7, oh, we're on 0 bars of battery now. 8. You guys probably don't care about this part, but I think it's entertaining. Wow, we actually made it up the entire hill, I can't believe it. And we're speeding up again, 9 miles an hour. Of course, the starting torque now is absolutely non-existent, but I'll take it. Let's see how much further we get on this flat. I'm gonna say we're gonna get another mile. Actually, that's being too optimistic. We're currently at almost 19 miles, is that right? Yeah, no, almost 20 miles. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, there it is. We've officially reached 3 miles an hour on flat ground. Took a lot longer than I expected. Let's go over it. All right, it's pretty noisy here, so hopefully the sound quality will be okay, but range test is over. This segment of the route is 6.5 miles. The first segment, the previous one, was 12.9. So we ended up with a total of 18.5 miles. Sorry. My math is not mathing today. Should be 19.4 miles. Pretty dang good. Honestly, I'm shocked that it made it this far. I guess the watt hours really do add up. That 14S2P of EVE 50E cells put up a pretty good score, and honestly in the range test chart, this will fall, I think, probably about halfway through. It's on the higher side of the range of the boards I've tested, which is shocking given that it's a mini board. But you know, things in 2025 are getting a lot more competitive, so it sort of makes sense. Overall riding experience for this range test was good. I did experience some foot and leg fatigue, but it was not as bad as I expected. Overall, probably like a 5 out of 10 experience on deck. I struggle sometimes to find the exact purpose of these short boards. I see them as mostly a grocery getter or like a super last mile commute thing, so chances are you're never going to use the full range, but it's something that I have to test, so I figured I would share it with you guys anyway. Hopefully you found this interesting. I've been liking this board so far, and I really like the implementation of these MAD 105s on here. I think they go really well. No wheel bite. I like the wider deck width than the last mini board that I tested. And I like this metal remote case. The lag on the remote is still pretty annoying. It's less noticeable at lower battery percentages, but definitely noticeable when you're fully charged. So again, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below on what you think about Veymax and their latest set of product releases. And yeah, stay safe, keep it run, and peace out.